Hey friends, this image is called 13. It's a silver gelatin laptopogram I made in 2017 while in grad school as part of my Me Too series, which one day I will continue with. So this image is a school picture of me around 13. It might have actually been 12, but it was from the 7th grade, which is the first year I was raped. And then it's composited with notes that the detective made about my case. And I kind of double stacked it a little bit to make it harder to read. That way, like if you really want to see some of the details, you kind of have to work for it. And also like the visual texture it creates, and just kind of depersonalizing the image a little bit. But yeah, so kind of continuing my story for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It was the end of 7th grade, and I think I had just turned 13. Honestly, I need to go check all of my calendars and stuff and to figure out exactly when it happened. But my stepfather came home drunk from the comedy club the first night he raped me, and pulled me out of my room the first night, and etc. If you want to know more about my story, I don't mind sharing it all. And I've got some longer, more detailed videos about my story on my YouTube channel, which is Carol Record. But yeah, so for the longest time, I wanted to believe that if he hadn't have come home drunk, that he wouldn't have raped me. But he wasn't drunk all the other times he raped me. And now that I'm older and have thought about a lot of things, I'm pretty sure it would have happened anyways. There were a few warning signs that, I didn't know how to recognize at the time because I was just a kid. But now that I'm older, I see, I think the first weird thing that he did that stood out to me was he would pay me and I think my sister, he'd pay us to drink alcohol. He liked seeing kids tipsy, so he'd give us $5 to drink a glass of wine, and so that was really odd. And I do think there were a couple of people that actually knew about that, but they were I think his brother and stuff, so obviously his minion people. But yeah, I wanted to believe for the longest time. One of the things that was really hard for me with my stepfather raping me is before he raped me, I admired him and I thought of him like an actual father figure because he was like the TV perfect dad. Of course that's what he wanted everybody to think. And so when he raped me, I kind of thought of him as like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I just wanted the bad one to go away. I just wanted everything to stop. I just wanted back the dad figure that I had, but he never stopped. And so eventually, I'll have to make another video about why and how I eventually came out, because he definitely knew he knew exactly what threats to use with me to keep me from telling anyone. He knew exactly how to play me. And he told me, I'll say this, I'm glad I'm defiant, and I take after my biological dad a lot, because my biological dad documents pretty much everything as well. But Dan told me never to write anything down, and thankfully I did write things down. Not a lot of details, but a friend and I came up with a code when we were in high school, so I had a code that I wrote in, and most of the time when something would happen, I would write down at least a note about it so that I had a record of dates and times and places and stuff. So that was super helpful with our court case, and maybe will be super helpful with potentially a future court case. So yeah, I'll end it there today. But yeah, once again, if you want to know more, there's more videos on my YouTube. And if you have any specific questions, even hard questions, please ask them. I want to talk about all of this. The reason I share my story is to help raise awareness and to help other people know they're not alone. And I've been sharing my story for a very long time, so it's easy, for me to talk about it. And I think that this is an issue that needs to be talked about, because one of the problems is most people don't want to believe that this stuff happens and that it's as insidious in our culture, I mean, in the world really, as it is. And so it's very important that we talk about it and we raise awareness if we're ever going to have any hope of actually tackling the problem and, stopping people from assaulting children, well, and adults, from assaulting other people, period. So, peace.